Alright, hello. Here is the website version, and I decided to create a website for my designs. I already have a website for my artwork, and it's kind of hard to separate the two because I do paintings and stuff, and then I do designs, and I would like to have the branding different for both. So one day I hope to actually have a separate page for my designs, and this is how I would like it to look. So let's start. So at the top here, I have some navigational stuff, an FAQ, portfolio, and then this would be a link to my other website, the Fine Art button. At the top here, we have the logo in full color, and on other pages, you can click on the logo and it will take you back to this page. And then we have a contact button here, and it goes to the contact page, and a button to go to the About Me page, and a button to go to my portfolio, which you can also find up here. And then right here we have some graphics that I made recently, just in a scroll group to make things a little bit more interesting. And then this Let's Work Together I created in Illustrator. I wanted to make the letters a little different and do my own thing with them. And then it shows what I do right underneath. Logos, branding, design, and then read more buttons on each one of these, and we'll go over that later. A contact us little section here where you can fill out your email and press the contact button. And then you have your navigational stuff down on the footer, your copyright, all of the social media buttons that you would need, and then another set of Illustrator assets that I already had. Alright, let's go back up to the top and start clicking some of these buttons. Let's start with the FAQ. I changed the color of the header, so in that case I needed to change the logo into something more readable, so I did the white logo. And then we got a back button. I'll take you right back. I'll go back in there. Then we have a little Cornell note style questions and answers here. And then I created a scroll group of a PDF that I made a while ago explaining some file types for logos so all my clients can understand what exactly I'm giving them. And then a little as the footer, a different footer. Let's work together, get started. So this Get Started button takes you to the contact page. Now let's go back up and go home. We can click here to go home, or we could have clicked the home button here. Let's go to the contact page. Alright, so on the contact page, you got your header up here, you got your home, another button that you could go home with, same navigational stuff up here, some Illustrator stuff that I made, and a little subject field just like it was on the home page at the bottom, but in its own page, and this is where any of the contact buttons will take you. And then that same footer on that home page. Alright, so let's go back home. Some overlays on the pictures I chose so they can be a little bit more immersive into the background. Some explanation on who I am. A cute little thing that I actually have on my website already, a little meet the team featuring my dog, who is a big help. I did a collage of stuff that I recently posted on my Instagrams, my art and my photography, so I would have links to both there. Another Let's Work Together section, and it is a scroll group, and it would have read more buttons that would go to the same places as the one on the home page. Alright, let's go back using that back button, and we'll click portfolio. You could click it here, or you could also click it up here. So we'll click portfolio. Now I made the portfolio sections very basic in design, just some social media stuff down here and the copyright, nothing crazy. And I did this because inside the portfolio there's a lot of stuff and it is very, very saturated with graphics and colors. So we'll go there. Alright, these are all the logo projects that I have done recently, and on these little arrows you can click them and see their logo pop up like this. Gotta click it twice to make it go away. And that's not all. If you click the words, it'll take you to a different page that does a more in-depth explanation of that project. So for this Leftwich photography page, testimonial contact button that would go to her, labeled all the sections on the left and then explained it here, added some graphics, stuff that I did types of things that you can expect from me, because that's what she got. I showed some advertisement design. Those are the advertisements that I made for her. And then a big logo here to show all the details of the logo that I made. And her branding colors. And as you can see, these branding colors match the style of this entire project page because I wanted to keep it matching with her branding and not so much mine because that would clash. Alright, so, and then another let's work together with some read more buttons go to the same places. And then on this footer, I made it more black and white with just a little bit of green because I didn't want to take away from the rest of this. Alright, let's go back and let's go to Poisoned Rose art. So I made this one as well. As you can see, the branding changed a little bit. I used the white logo up here at the top to go back to the home page if you'd like. The big logo here, a contact button for her. These extra logos I made for her, a little bit of layering to create some depth. And then her testimonial down here. So it doesn't exactly match up with Leftwich Photography. It's its own piece. It's its own artwork. And then a different variation of that logo that I made for her. Same let's work together, same footer to keep it cohesive. Alright, so go to Specie Games. Now, Specie Games was a project in graphic design where I had to create some posters, and I decided to create a zombie poster. And I wanted to make the game developer have their own logo as well to make it seem authentic, so I created my own fake game developer based off of me. So we used Specie Games. This is the logo that I created for it. And then right here it shows this is the project that I created this for. So it has a go to project button, and we'll go to that in a minute. Some different logo versions because a lot of the time I will create different variations in people's logos so they can fit it on anything, but sometimes it's more than just color, black and white. This is a lot of color to use on a logo, so I wanted to create something with color, but with a little less detail, so it's easier to use. And then the black. There's a go to project button here for the Forlorn page, but you can also find it in the portfolio under Creative Projects, and then Forlorn Poster Design. Alright, so I made a little interest in the header here. I used a graphic that I made in Illustrator. I explained what this project is, the color palette, the type that I was looking at and I was using throughout the project. And then here are the final posters, and I wanted to have them show all together in a scroll group. So that was nice. And as you can see, the Specie Games is down here. So they do connect with each other. And that's why I had that Forlorn button on the Specie Games page. And then I have that at the bottom as well. Same stuff down here. So we're back home now. Let's scroll down and let's go to these Let's Work Together pages. So if you were to click on logos and read more, it would take you to this small little page here. And this just explains what logos are and why you would need them, what kind of things I offer. Let's go back. And then we got branding, read more. Now you can access these pages in many different places. All of the Let's Work Together sections will take you to these. So this explains the branding and a little bit of different design, different colors, but very similar to each other. And design, same thing.